Hello friends. Most of people who go abroad for any opportunity or job, out of them maybe a lot of people who want to come back to India when they are done with their job or they want to retire. And today's video I'm going to make specifically for those people who are considering to come back to India and they are in dilemma whether they should retire in India or they should choose some other places. So I'm going to give you 5 important facts about India which makes it a perfect place to retire. So if you're also looking for this kind of topic, I think this video is going to help you. Stay with me till end, and I know that I think I can make some value addition to your knowledge to help you decide a best place to retire. Let's begin. So hello friends, my name is Arun Tiwari. Generally talk about NRI taxation, but now I'm talking about very important point. Most of people who go abroad for a better opportunity and all, once they got all the name and fame and money, somewhere back in the mind they know that one day they have to come back to India and they want to retire here. Maybe whatever reason, maybe friends and family, maybe the favorable or familiar environment, maybe the things they are missing out in their country, lots of things. If I tell you my story, I got an opportunity to move abroad and settle down there. The only thing, when I ask this question to myself, that whether I want to retire in India or abroad, there's a loud and clear answer. I want to come back to India and retire here. Then I thought that if I want to come back all the way here, why to go somewhere, spend 5 years to settle down, then another 10 years to make some money, then another 5 years to come back to India and settle down. Because India is also moving very fast, changing very fast, and it's not like that only the other places are changing. By the time you will come back, India will be a different maybe society altogether. So I thought, just for making maybe slightly more money, I will not like to make my life in a transit. Let's talk about what are the 5 important points which make India a perfect place to call your sunshine days. So point number 1 is all about cost. So when you hang your boots, you know you are not going to earn money. So most important part, you are going to spend money whatever you saved. And if I talk about cost, India is, I think, the best place. If you have slightly different, you can say good savings, you can live here like a king size life. And it's not about the like cheap labor and all. See, India has plenty of supplies, whatever you require to live a good life. Whatever you can, maybe whatever money you might have saved, and you hardly get a very small maybe apartment in foreign countries, you can buy a big villas here. Of course, I'm not talking about big cities here like Mumbai and all. They are equally costly as New York and other cities. But if I talk about want to retire and have a peaceful life, you are ready to settle maybe in 2 tier or 3 tier, tier 3 cities, then definitely you can get a very good lifestyle in the same saving which you have there. So the cost of course makes sense, because the first thing, nobody knows how long they are going to survive. So the best part is that how well you can manage whatever retirement fund you have, and the cost make a lot of impact on that. So cost wise, I don't think you can get anything better than India. Now second important part of retired life is companionship. You need friends, you need people of your age, same mindset, or from background where you can enjoy your days. Maybe at least you can go for a morning walk with them, or maybe you can have a, you can say good evening with them. You need good companion. Now India, still we don't believe in class by money system. So money is important, but nobody says that okay, I am rich, so I am only going to sit with the rich people. Still that warmth of the relation is there, and I think it should continue for another maybe 50-60 years, right? So you will get a lot of people. Of course, India is a young country, but there are lots of people who you can find a company here. So finding a companionship or company is very easy in India as compared to other country, because still there are lots of stuff are there, like it's very difficult to find people where you can definitely have a life. I'm not saying that there is no society, there is no persons. Of course they are there, and there are lots of Indians settled almost in every country, so you can find people. But as you understand, the cost bites there. So staying there when you are not earning doesn't make sense. And then you want to settle somewhere where you know people, where you know how you definitely will get the company. So India is a place you definitely can find a company in each and every city And still I'm telling you, staying in India, still that money things is not so severe or so important as the knowing the person. So we as an Indian still believe in maybe personal relationship than what is your class or how much money you own or which car you drive. So this makes very easy to make a lot of friends, and you know that those days you require friends because that's the only thing we are going to do most of time. Now I know I should talk about this point in very early. This is about medical facilities. Lots of people are still, I think, not very convinced about the medical facilities in India, right? But let me tell you, we are growing very fast, and you know, lots of people are coming from other countries to get their medical treatment here. We call it medical tourism. So over the period, things are going very, you can say, fast way, and maybe 5 to 10 years, things are going to catch up. If I talk about in most of the city, within a circle of 10 to 20 you can say kilometer, you can find good medical facilities. So it's very important. And now let me tell you, there are lots of projects which are coming specifically for NRIs who are going to come back to India and retire, where they are building as a township with medical facility and everything. So there are particular you can say hospitals are present in the premises itself. So this will not be a problem over the period, and this is not a problem even now, right? The best part is about if I know right about most of the medical facilities, that they are not affordable, and even you can say you have some social security or something, they are not available. The medical facility, if they are not affordable or available at the time it's required, is very difficult. I know from some of my followers that even to get a medical, like a dentist appointment, it takes a lot of time. Okay, so this is not the case. The medical facilities are affordable here and available also. You don't have to take appointment from a dentist 4 months in advance. You don't have to, you can just go and you can definitely get attention and treatment whatever you require. So this is also another very important part which makes India a very fantastic place to stay, because the medical facilities are growing, it's affordable, available. Okay, so this is another point which might be sorted, which is sorted up to different level in big cities. But if I'm talking about even to tier 2 and tier 3, it's going to be sorted out very soon. Last point which I'm going to want to make it about is friends and family. As I told you, these are very important. Most of people want to come back because they want to stay with their childhood friends or people who they are graduated with. All these things you cannot find in any other country. So there is no replacement for that. So in a nutshell, I basically just want to make 2 or 3 practical points and 2 or 3 emotional points, because these points are also very important. So practical point, if you talk about, I can talk about cost, I can talk about medical facility, I can talk about the townships which are getting built up, and I know lots of places, especially in South India, there are dedicated places where you can get these things. Another point I want to make it that if you are from North India, there are places like Himachal or maybe Kashmir, which is like heaven on earth. If you are from South India, there are places like Ooty or maybe Kerala, lots of places where you can really have a very beautiful place to live. So there is no whatever place or whatever kind of climate you are looking here, that is available in India. Again, this kind of diversification no other country can offer. So these are all points which I'm making from a practical point of view. Now if I talk about emotional point of view, of course you can talk about friends and family, you can talk about culture here, that still people want to mingle. Okay, then still we are very open minded people as compared to lots of Western countries where people don't want to open up and share their details. Still Indians are very open and very warm towards other people. Then I also spoken about the charity and all causes, because this is also very important. People want to do, they just don't want to retire, they don't want to just read newspaper in morning and evening. They want to do something, because now life expectancy is anything between maybe 80 or 90. Generally people retire at 60, some people retire at 50 also, some people retire even 45. But after that they need some challenge. So India definitely has opportunity and challenges also. So this will be a good place where you can really help those people who might be looking at guidance from you. If simple example, if I say the most required, I think people or most required requirement here are guidance to the youngsters. Most of youngsters in India still not very much aware that what they can do, what kind of courses they should do. Especially if I talk about the small cities or maybe tier 3 cities or like that. So somewhere you can contribute without giving a lot of money. Basically people need direction here, some kind of mentoring, and this is very self sufficient itself. So I think I made this point here that if somebody is from India, first generation definitely, because somebody born and brought up there, it's a different ballgame altogether. Okay, but I'm talking about those people who are first generation. They went there, maybe family is settled, maybe children are settled. Now they're thinking that once children are settled, they want to retire in some peaceful place where they don't have to bother about the cost and all these things. Now one more thing I want to talk about before I end my video, it's about safety. Still lots of people think that India is not very safe. Okay, there are lots of criminal activities going on. So this is everywhere, maybe in a different form. If I talk about USA, you know, there are people just get mad all of a sudden, and then when they get mad, lots of people get stabbed. So this is a different way of being safe, but things are sorting out over the period. Things are getting sorted out. Okay, and you go to anywhere on this earth, you will definitely find some problems, but you have to find what is the good thing, what is the like positive, what is the negative, and then you take a decisions. I hope this is going to help you on making a spreadsheet and finding what is positive about India, what is negative about India. And if you're okay with negative things, I think it's the best place to spend those days where you require a lot of people around you. That's all in this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.